By the end of this video, you'll have 5 new plays that will easily score you more touchdowns against any defense. No matter your skill level, these plays will boost your offense. And trust me, each play gets better and better. So if you're ready to dominate, let's get into it. At number 5, we're going over the play high-low dig in the formation trips X nasty. Now in this play, you always want the 3 wide receiver side lined up on the wide side of the field. This is for better route spacing. Now for the adjustments, what we're going to do is put the outside trips wide receiver on an out route, and we're going to stem it down by pressing wired triangle, pressing the receiver's icon, then holding LB or L1 and move the left stick all the way down, and we want that in route all the way down so it pulls down flats towards the sidelines. Now your next adjustment is to put the inside trips receiver on a deep cross, and then the solo wide receiver on the left side of your screen on a streak, and those are the adjustments. Now the great thing about this play is that it beats man or zone. So when we snap this ball, your first read is going to be the out route by the outside wide receiver. And if he's open right away, we're just gonna pass lead this ball up to hit that receiver in stride, rat catch it, and then get up the field for an easy gain. Now by far, the most deadly route in this play is the zig route by the middle trips wide receiver. You're going to see against zone defense, if there's hard flats on the field, that out route is going to pull the flat towards the sidelines, and that will open up the zig right here for a pass lead to the outside, or you can pass lead that up to get more yards after the catch like that. And right there you see there's just an open pocket. So let me show you exactly how that worked. So again, this out route is pulling this flat zone towards the sidelines, and that opens up the zig right here for an easy pitch and catch. Now this play does really well against man defense too, so we'll go to cover 2 man, we're going to press our cover 2 man, then we're going to set up our play, we're going to put our solo wide receiver on a streak, there we go, we're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that the zig creates a ton of separation, pass lead it to the outside, rat catch it, then get up the field. So that zig is really good against zone or man, and it's incredibly reliable. Now your next read is going to be the crossing route by the inside trips receiver, which is also the tight end. So you're going to see right here, we're going to snap this ball, and against zone defense, you will usually have this on the sidelines with a pass lead down away from any of the deep blue zones there. And the reason that is open is because this streak is going to push back any of the deep outside blue zones, and that will open up the crossing route underneath for an easy pass lead towards the sidelines and down away from those deep blue zones for an easy catch. Now the crossing route also beats man, so we're going to go to cover 2 man here. Once again, we're going to press, and we're going to set up our play. So here's our play. We're going to snap the ball, and you're going to see the crossing route could be open right there. He is a little guarded, but with a pass lead down and then coming back to the ball, you're still able to catch that ball and get some separation from the defender. Now your last read in the play is going to be the running back flat route, and if everything is guarded and there's no flats on the field on that side of the running back, you can just give it to the running back and get an easy gain. So this play is incredibly good at beating man or zone defense. Hey guys, if you want more pro tips and full game plans guaranteed to help you win more games and improve, check out playbookprofessor.gg and use the code RZR30 for 30% off. At playbookprofessor.gg, myself and other top creators and players teach schemes, concepts, and strategies that you can apply instantly or apply to your own playing style to win more games. 97% of members said they've won more games since joining, so if you want to join the community, the link is at the top of the description, and remember, use code RZR30 for 30% off. Now, back to the video. At number 4, we're going over the play deep crossers in the formation gun tight Y off. Now this play is one of the best and most unique plays you're going to see in Madden 26. Now what you want to do is always have the running back lined up on the short side of the field. Now for the adjustments, what we're going to do is put the tight end on a return route, then we're going to put the outside wide receiver on the non-running back side on a slot fade, and then the inside wide receiver on that same side on a streak, and the setup will look like this. Now this play does a phenomenal job of beating man or zone defense. Your first read in the play is going to be the seam streak by the inside wide receiver. So when I snap this ball, if I see the seam is open, I'm going to pass lead that down away from any of the safeties, and then rat catch it and get an easy gain. Now right there, I did say rat catch, but I actually aggressive caught it with wired triangle. So I threw this ball down away from this defender here, and I clicked onto the receiver and pressed triangle to come back to the ball just like that, and then I got up the field for an easy catch. So if that seam is open, you want to hit that seam streak every single time. Now your next read in the play is going to be the outside wide receiver on the slot fade. Now the reason we want to look at this slot fade is because against a cover 2, you're going to see that we can pass lead this to the outside just like that, rack catch it, and then get up the field. And sometimes if we make that safety miss, we can go for a 1-play touchdown. So I'll show you this one more time. So we're going to go to cover 2, and you're going to see that there's 2 deep safeties on deep halves. So we're going to set up our play, and you're going to see that the seam streak will keep this deep safety more towards the middle of the field, opening up the slot fade by the outside wide receiver. So I'm going to snap this ball, and you're going to see with a pass lead to the outside, we can rack catch it, and then right there, if we had more room there, we would have been off to the races, but right there, you still see it's a 1-play touchdown. So when I go to the instant replay, you're going to see, just like I said, this streak is going to keep this safety kind of, I guess not really towards the middle of the field, but he's not going all the way to the sidelines, and that opens up a pass lead to the outside, rack catch, and then an easy touchdown to our slot fade. Now your next read in the play is going to be the out route by the running back. So this out route by the running back is really, really good against zone or man. You're going to see against zone defense, he will usually be open underneath. All you have to do is pass him the ball just like that, rack catch it, and then get up the field. But the great thing about that route right there, it's one of the best man beaters in all of Madden. So I'm going to go to cover 2, or I'm actually just going to go to cover 1 man defense. I'll shade down, I'll press, and you're still going to see that this running back route is so good at beating man. It's going to create a ton of separation just like that. We can pass lead it to the outside, rack catch it, and then get a ton of yards. Personally, I have ran this route so many times against man defense, and it's the most reliable route against man. It wins, I would say, like 99% of the time. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the tight end on the return route, and this return is also really good at man or zone. You're going to see right here, he'll get open underneath of the zones really, really well. And the cool thing about that return, it creates a high-low between the return route and then this crosser. So if this linebacker right here goes up the field to guard the crosser, then you're going to have the return route. Now, if the crosser, or if the linebacker guards the return, then we're going to have the crosser deep, but we'll get into that in a second. So now let's go to man defense to show you how this return beats man. So right here, we're going to set up our play. We're going to put the tight end on the return. We have our play set up. Oh, that's a drag. There we go. We're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that the return does really, really well beating that man defense, and we can just pass it to him underneath for an easy gain against man or zone. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the crossing route by the outside wide receiver on the short side of the field, pretty much on the tight end side. And right here, you're going to see against zone defense, he'll get open over the top, just like this. We can pass lead that in stride to the outside and get an easy gain. Now, why is that open? Well, it's because of our streak and our slot fade. So this streak pushes back any of the inside deep blue zones. The slot fade pushes back any of the outside deep blue zones, and that opens up the crosser underneath for an easy pitch and catch. Now, the really cool thing about this play, it's also very good against switch stick. So I have 2 controllers, so I'm going to try to simulate this. I'm also going to put our guys on QB contains here, so I have, or QB spies, so I have enough time to show this. So what a lot of people try to do is switch stick to one of these deep blue safeties, and they want to guard the crossing route with that. Well, if they do that, take a look at what happens. So I'm going to snap this ball, and if they switch stick to this outside zone, or this outside deep blue zone, we're going to have a streak wide open. So it was a little slow there, but again, I have 2 controllers, so it's a little tough. You're going to see that if they try to switch stick to any of these deep blue zones to guard the crossing route, then this streak or slot fade will be wide open, and all you have to do is be patient, watch the switch stick, and then throw it to the wide receiver that is open. Now, this crossing route is also very good against man defense. So you're going to see we're in man coverage here. We're going to snap this ball. You're going to see he got pressed there, but he created a ton of separation right there. We pass led it to the outside in stride for a huge gain. Now, right there, I was accidentally on one of the linebackers, so let's do that again. So right here, we're in cover 1. We're going to set up our play. You're going to see that the deep crosser is going to be able to create separation right there. He gets pressed again, but right here, he still creates separation late. We pass lead it to him away from the defender and get an easy gain. So this play is unique and great at beating man or zone, and not many people know about it, so it will definitely catch people off guard. The next play we're going over is RPO Alert Bubble in the formation gun bunch tight end. Now, this is the best RPO in all of Madden. You're going to see right here that if the defense isn't in a specific type of defense where they have to move some players around and have a specific zone on the field, you're going to get easy yards every single time. So right here, we're in cover 3, right? We're going to shade underneath, and we're going to put hard flats on the field. And normally, hard flats will defend bubbles, like bubble RPOs, right? Well, you're gonna see this hard flat is gonna get blocked every single time, and then we can just pass it to the bubble and get some easy yards just like that. I'll even go to a different coverage, so let's go cover 2, right? Now we have a hard flat on the outside. Well, you're gonna see that this bubble still blocks a hard flat, and now we're out, make somebody miss, and then we're maybe going for a touchdown. Like, this RPO is really good and you have to run it. So now let's go to another coverage. Let's go to, I don't know, like cover 1 hole, right? Usually cover 1 does really, really well, or just man coverage in general, not just cover 1, does really well against RPOs. Well, right here, you're gonna see that, well, that didn't guard it. There's a lot of mess going on right there with the blocking. He gets stuck on the defenders, on his players, on the receivers, and it just doesn't do very well. How about like a man blitz? So right here, now we're man blitzing, right? We'll even press right here, and you're gonna see it doesn't even do well against a cover 0 blitz. And right here, we just got an easy touchdown versus a cover 0 blitz. So if you're looking for an easy RPO to run, I guarantee you that this RPO right here will get you the easiest yards of your life. And if you're playing an opponent that doesn't know how to stop it, then you're gonna win a ton of games. You see right here, this is a cover 3 defense, and there wasn't hard flats on the field, but you saw, even with hard flats, again, I'll do this one more time. I'm gonna shade down, get hard flats on the field. Hard flats just don't guard it unless there's a specific type of adjustment that you make. And I did post a video on how you can stop these, and I'll put that in the description. But once again, we have hard flats on the field. We're gonna snap this ball, hard flat gets blocked, and we're able to take it outside for an easy gain. So this is the best RPO in Madden 26, and I highly recommend that you use it. The next play we're going over is China Y post in the formation trips tight end. Now in this play, you always want the 3 wide receiver side on the wide side of the field. And for the adjustments, it's super simple. All we're gonna do is put a streak on the middle trips receiver, and that is it. That is the play. No more adjustments, just one. Now the really cool thing about this play is the running back little swing route that comes across the quarterback. This is really good against man or zone. You're gonna see at the snap against zone, if there's no hard flats on the field, we can pass it to him to the outside and get an easy gain right there. But the great thing about this is the fact that it beats man. So right here, we're gonna go to cover 1, right? And even if the man coverage, right, is like lined up right here on the running back side, well, because he's coming across the field, right, at the snap, it's going to be hard for that defender, that man defender, to run all the way across the field with that running back, right? So this is one of the best options against man defense if you're struggling against it. So we're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that we can pass this to the outside, catch it in stride. The player gets caught in traffic, or the defender gets caught in traffic, and we get up the field for an easy gain. So that is your first read, that running back swing route out of the backfield. Now your next read in the play is going to be the in route by the outside trips receiver, and if he's open right away, we can just hit him just like that, rat catch it, and then get up the field. Now that in route can also create separation versus man defense. So right here, we set up our play, the defense is in man, we're gonna snap this ball, and you're gonna see that in route creates separation, we pass it to him away from the defender and get an easy 5 yards. Now that is against Sauce Gardner, and that is Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen isn't the best receiver in Madden, and he still was able to gain separation against Sauce Gardner. Now your next read in the play is going to be the corner route, and you're going to see against zone defense, this corner will be open underneath of the zone, so they pass lead down, come back to the ball with the wide receiver, and get an easy catch. Now why is that open against zone? It's really simple. All you're going to see is that this streak will pull any of the deep outside blue zones up the field. So he's pulling Sauce Gardner, a deep blue zone, up the field, no matter if it's cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, doesn't matter. And that will create space underneath of those deep blue zones for the corner with a pass lead down, coming back to the ball with the receiver, aggressive catching it, and then getting out of bounds for an easy pitch and catch. Now the corner route also has the ability to beat man coverage, but sometimes you got to be careful because the corner route, this corner route might not be the best versus man. It just has the ability to beat man, especially if he has a good release off the line. Right here, he should be able to create separation, pass lead it to the outside just like that, rat catch it, then get up the field. Now your last read in the play is going to be the post route by the tight end. This post is honestly really underrated. You're going to see that he does a good job of getting underneath deep blue zones just like that, even without any pull routes. So if he's opened just like that, you can pass lead it down just like I did there. So I'll go to the instant replay. You see that we have 2 deep blue zones here, right? But once he cuts, all I do is pass lead it down, and then I click onto the receiver, making sure he doesn't keep going up the field. I come back to the ball, aggressive catch it, and then get an easy dot. Now, once again, this could also beat man coverage. So we're going to go to man coverage here. This is a man blitz, so let's actually just spy somebody real fast. And you're going to see that the post does really well against man. So once he cuts, you can pass lead it away from that defender, rack catch it, get an easy gain, and right there, a one-play touchdown to the tight end post. The next play we're going over is X spot in the formation gun ace slot. Now, this is one of my favorite plays in all of Madden 26 because it's just so good, and this setup I'm about to show you beats man or zone. Now, for this setup, you always want to be sure that you have the 3 wide receiver side on the wide side of the field. Now, for the adjustments, what we're going to do is put the outside wide receiver on the 3 wide receiver side on a streak. We're going to put the middle wide receiver on a return route, and then we're going to put the tight end on a slant. Then lastly, this is an optional adjustment, so you don't have to do this. If you want extra blocking, you're just going to leave the running back on his blocking assignment, but the optional part is to put the running back on a flat. Now, your reads in this play, if you put the running back on a flat, your first read will always be the running back. So if there's no flat zones on the field, we're going to pass this ball up, rack catch it, then get as many yards as possible. You want to hit your flats every time, because if you force the defense to put flats on the field, that will open up other areas. So here's an example of that, right? So let's say we hit that flat a couple of times, right? Now we're going to set up our play. So right here, let's say we hit that flat 3 or 4 times, right? Now they put hard flats on the field. Well, when they put hard flats on the field, now that's going to open up our second read, which is the slant, just like this. And we get a horrible pass lead somehow, but you saw how open he is. So we're going to set up this play again. And put the slant there, boom. So again, defense puts hard flats on the field. We read the running back, he's guarded, but that opens up the slant with the pass lead to the outside. We get a really good catch there. Whereas if there was a curl flat on the field, then the slant would be guarded, but the flat would be open. Now, that slant route is also really good at beating man, especially because it's a tight end on the line, so he can't get pressed. So right here, we're in cover 2 man. We're going to move this defender over just so he has, better leverage right there. Or I guess I can move him to the inside too because he's on a slant, just to show you even with better leverage to the inside, the slant will gain separation. So right here, you're going to see gain separation, pass lead it outside, rack catch it, get an easy gain right there to the tight end slant. So that tight end slant is really good against any defense that you'll face. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the return route, and this return is really, really good against man or zone. You're going to see against zone defense, we will be able to hit this return underneath, and sometimes we can pass lead that up to get a better rack catch up the field and get more yards. So now we're going to go to cover 2 man, and we're going to press our cover 2 man, and you're going to see that the return does really well against man defense. So we're going to set up our play. We have our return route there. We're going to watch our return right here. He gains a ton of separation, pass lead it to the inside away from that defender and get an easy catch. So that return right there is really good against man or zone. Now, the best route in this play is the post route by the tight end. You see that post is a short post, whereas a regular post you're going to see on the other tight end is a lot longer. It's not as good at beating man. These short posts are so good at beating man or zone because it gets under deep blue zones and over the top of linebackers. So right here, the defense is just in a normal cover 4, but it doesn't matter if the defense is in cover 4, cover 3, or cover 2. It'll still do the same thing. We're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that this post will get open over the top if our O-line wants to block. So let's do this again. We're going to put a slant, return, streak, flat, and once again, cover 4. We're going to snap the ball, and if our defense or if our offensive line blocks, we're going to have this post wide open, not a defender in sight. Now, the reason for that is because, one, we have that pull route streak on the outside, pulling back the deep outside blue zones, but because it's a short post, he gets underneath these deep blue zones anyway. So these deep blue zones don't even need a pull route streak, but just in case we do, and he still gets open anyway. But right here, look at how far he is away from this deep blue zone. That's a deep inside quarter, and he's about 15 yards away, and we have an easy catch against zone. Now let's go to cover 2 man. So we're going to go to cover 2 man, we're going to press, and our tight end is facing Patrick Surtain. And because of that, this post shouldn't get open. But because this post is so good at beating man coverage, because it's a short post and it's a tight end on the line of scrimmage, you're going to see that he's going to be able to create separation on his cut just like that, pass lead it away from the defender, and we just created separation versus Patrick Surtain. So that play, or that route, is just so good. It's so deadly, and honestly, it's one of the best routes in the entire game, and that's what makes this play just so good. If you liked this video, you'll love this video going over 7 tips that will instantly help you improve and win more games. So I'll see you over there, and thanks for watching.